good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today evening for our most awaited engagement session for this particular month. Personally, I am very looking forward to this particular session. It's going to be the first opportunity for me to be here. And I would also like to thank Gowri. Thank you so much for joining us this evening, and thank you for agreeing to do a session for us and for all our audience here today. I believe that this is a one-of-a-kind session that is available nowhere in the world, right, Gowri? So we are so much looking forward to this particular session. I'll briefly introduce you to the audience today, and then I'll hand over the floor to you. A practicing Bharatanatyam artist since the last 22 years, Ms. Gowri Sethuram is adept at various Indian paintings, music, and theatre. Apart from putting up group productions and individual performances, she's also a voracious reader and practitioner of the Indic knowledge systems. Her company, India Shades, was established in 2019 to share the knowledge of rich ancient art and knowledge forms of India to a discerning audience. India Shades has been offering programs based on Indic cultural wisdom as a way of employee engagement and learning and development. Her expertise in this subject is utilized by organizations to communicate subtle and sensitive topics to their employees. In 2021 alone, India Shades has conducted nearly about 75 sessions to about 12,000 people globally. Thank you so much, Gowri. That's a wonderful track record that you have with India Shades. Then thank you once again for joining us. The floor is all yours now.
Thank you so much. And I would like to extend my welcome to everybody here in the webinar with us today. I hope, it's always been my dream that the kind of work that the Indian art forms have left, the kind of content that the Indian art forms have left. As an artist, I always wanted to know what is that I could provide to the world around. And recently somebody told me that one of his relatives passed on to a better world, and half the street was filled with people. And many times we have heard such stories, right? So nobody allowed us to, even after 3 days, people were swarming and things like that. So that means it's not that this person is popular. This person has touched so many lives. And they feel it at such a deep level that they want to come and pay their last respects, which is which is something which is very precious and unobtainable in today's world. And I always curated the content that I wanted to present with a lot of my own heart in it, so that whoever listens to even 5 minutes of what the Indian art forms have to tell them, it will touch them in one way or the other. And that is how I have even curated today's session for all of the members in the webinar today. And I hope it is something new, something creative, something joyful, something that will make your day bright. Okay, so let's begin. So once again, my name is Gowri Sethuram. And along with being a Bharatanatyam artist, I was also a civil engineer, but I have said bye-bye to my civil engineering, and I'm a full-time artist right now, and significantly operating with teams across marketing, sales, communication, and leadership teams as well, using the medium of the Indian art forms to enhance their own business success. Okay, great. So today what we are going to do is we are going to explore the art in what Indian dance form, especially. So I'm going to be talking more about the musical impact, the kind of enhancement that Indian music can give you, the kind of enhancement or perspective change that Indian dance can bring you in terms of leadership, in terms of wellness, in terms of overall, looking at the world through a new lens, having a better perspective, which is both about wellness and leadership. So this is the three aspects that we are going to cover today, and sort of have a new world whenever we have a new view of the world whenever we see the world again. So now, I know that you're all off camera, right? But I just want you to try it. Okay, I just want you to try things that I'm asking you to try wherever you are. You're on your sofa, you're in your home office, you're on your dining table, you're in your bathroom. That's okay. I just want you to try. Okay. So now the first thing that I want you to try is, how do you represent water? How do you represent water using just your hands? Very simple, no? What a silly question I'm asking. So this is water. This is also water, drinking water. Yeah. Now, how do we represent a bird? Come on, Gowri, so simple. Yeah, all of you are thinking. Usually represent a bird like this, represent a bird like this, right? Now, how do you represent a plant using just your hands? Gets a little tricky. So we are all remembering maybe our LKG and UKG plays where we became trees and we were all standing straight, or we were all having our hands up, right? So that is one. I want you to keep this in mind. How do you represent a tree? Much more significantly, how would you represent a woman using your hands? Okay. So now usually I have seen that people represent a woman like this. And as soon as I do this, something is going on in your mind, right? Yeah, that's correct. But something is wrong. You know, how can half the species be reduced to a shape? It's a question that we have to ask ourselves. How come half the species is represented by a shape? A bird is represented by movement. A water represented by its quality. But a woman is represented by shape. Something significantly wrong with the way that we are approaching the world, or with the way that the world is pushing its views on us. So this is where the Indian art forms come in as this hero of the story, correct? And it gives you better ways to look at the world, to represent the world with more dignity, with more humility, with more awe-inspiring beauty. So now, before even we get into how to represent a woman, a basic source of life are plants and trees. So how do we represent a tree? So usually, this is how we represent trees, creepers, plants, all of it. So this is also a tree. Now, a woman. So usually, she is represented as holding a green parrot, which lands on her shoulder, which speaks to her about its secrets, and who remains her companion. So a woman is usually represented with this mudra because it shows that she is in control of whom she speaks to. She is in control of where she wants to land and rest. And somebody who's in control of her emotions, her thoughts, and who always knows what to talk to her companions. So this is a much more better way of representing our sisters, our mothers, our daughters, right? So this is how the Indian art forms change the way that we perceive the world. So now compare this to this. Such a drastic shift, correct? So how many of you have found this insightful so far? I would love to know what you think so far. Thank you, Mr. Venkatesh. Okay. Thank you so much. I would also like to know if anybody here in the audience are musicians or dancers or have danced something in their, in their background. Somebody must also be a practicing artist. Can I know if I have somebody here who's an artist? Okay, Prabhakaran says I'm a dancer. Learned Kuchipudi, musician and also a dancer. Great. Okay, a Carnatic singer, fine. So we have somebody, we all have this edge to us, being Indians, right? We are born in this civilization. We already have this edge to us. It's just that, the modern world has pushed many, many, many beautiful things on us and many, many ugly versions of ourselves that we immediately grasp and we forget the beautiful version about us. Okay, so now we are talking about representation. So it's plants, trees, water. Women, usually men are represented like this. I don't want to leave you guys out. So men are usually seen as warriors and protectors. So they are usually represented like this. So this is how you represent a man. So there. Right. Now, I would like to have 5 volunteers and I have a surprise for you. Do not worry. I'm not going to make you do something. I'm going to present something to you and you will miss the opportunity if you don't raise your hand now. Okay, Gurleen says it's her. Gurleen wants to come on. 5 people. Akash, Venkatesh. Okay, Sandeep. 1 more. Rishabh, done. Okay, cool. Yeah. So I'm going to ask you a few questions and then I'm going to present something that you're going to remember. Okay, Sangeeta is also here. Great. What I want you to do, let's start with Sangeeta. And in the meantime, I want you to tell me what is the meaning of your name? Rishabh or Venkatesh or Gurleen, Akash. Okay, just keep it to yourself. In case you've sort of forgotten, right? Oh God, what did my name mean? You can quickly Google it and keep it to yourself and I'll come to you. Okay. But now we'll start with Sangeeta. Sangeeta, thank you so much for raising your hand. So thank you so much for volunteering to be here for this activity because it's always fun to do this, facing somebody and they do it along with you. Okay. Sangeeta, if it's possible, you can please come on camera. All 5 of you here who are there here can come on camera so that this activity can be done very well. So Sangeeta, your name itself means music, right? But Sangeeta, if I ask you, what sort of music do you want to be? Do you want to be rock? Yes, Sangeeta, please go ahead.
I love classical.
Love classical? Yeah, great.
Lyrical, romantic music.
Yeah. But as soon as we hear, what happens to us when we listen to music?
Relax.
Relax.
Yes.
You're transported to another world.
Yes.
Yeah, you relive memories.
Yes.
Yeah, so music has this power of changing the way that we look at the world.
Yep.
Okay, so Sangeeta, you have music in your name. So what does Sangeeta mean to the world? Sangeeta is a person who can change the way that the world is feeling right now just by walking into a room. Okay, so now how do we represent Sangeeta, this person who has music in her name? Okay, so Sangeeta is this, something which is beautiful and which is musical. This is Sangeeta. Okay, so this is how you would represent your name. Somebody who can just change the way somebody feels through music.
Okay.
This is how we would represent you in movement.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
This is Sangeeta. Somebody who can change the way that people feel. Yeah?
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay.
You have this power hidden in your name. And next time, somebody, you walk into a room, right? I want you to imbibe this quality that, I want to change something in this room because I'm here. Okay. Let's work on. I think you already have that. It's just that sometimes we forget who we are. A few figures go down, we miss a few quotas, and a few campaigns don't go right, and we feel that, oh God, what's happening to me? But then we forget our own essence. So
Yeah.
thanks, Sunita. Thank you for being here. Akash,
Thank you.
of course, it's my pleasure. Akash, what do you think your name means?
Yeah, so what I know, my name means simply sky or space, or in Indian context, it may also mean cosmos. So yeah.
Yeah, Akash, I would definitely say cosmos. It sounds much more majestic. It sounds much more larger than life. But Akash, let's say, right, what is that essence of the cosmos that you want to imbibe? What do you think? As soon as I say sky, I feel this openness, the sense of engulfing, the sense of peacefulness engulfing me. What does it mean to you, Akash?
Uh, it is. I've never thought this context, but I think it means that I am there, present everywhere, or
Yeah,
no,
that's a
I.
cool one. That's a nice one. See, why I'm asking you, right? See, I said openness, peaceful, and all that. But you said I'm present everywhere. That's a different way of looking at the same that's at the same word. Okay. So for example, I would say, Akash for me is abundant freedom, something that can make me calm and peaceful just by its abundance. So this is how you can represent your name. And but you said I'm present everywhere. Okay, I can see everything. Okay, so Akash, according, it's a lovely representation, right? It shows you from a position of power. You say, yeah, I'm there everywhere. So how would we do your name? How would we attach if Akash was danced? How would it be? Right? So
Okay.
the universe, with the planets and everything, a power which is overseeing all of them is Akash.
That was very nice.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
great, lovely. I would love to see you do, in case you can have your video on. So it's this. Somebody to say, I'm present and I rule over. Akash. Okay. Who wants to go next? Gurleen, yeah, what does your name mean?
Yeah, it means one devoted to God. Guru basically means teacher, but
Yes.
the person who thought this name for me in the head at that time, in the head they were mesmerizing God. They were in fully divine mode, so they thought Gurleen, devoted to God.
Devoted to God. Exactly. Thank you
Yes,
so much.
mesmerized in
Yes.
God, sort of.
To the others in the webinar, right? You have people in your family with similar sounding names. Somebody might be, somebody might have a similar name to Sangeeta.
Yes.
Somebody might be Swara, right? This is for you to take back and tell them this is what your name means. I saw how it was represented, or your own daughters, wives, brothers, sisters. So this is for everybody. I'm just able to demonstrate for a few, but this is actually for everybody in the webinar today. Okay. So Gurleen, you say somebody who's devoted to God. Okay. So Gurleen, according to you, what is your God?
My
What is
God.
the quality of God that you say that is God for me?
Mm, to whom I can pray and get everything.
Maybe somebody who says, I come with this mindset of abundance, of giving, not of keeping to myself. That quality is God, right? In your own words, somebody who gives and doesn't take. Correct?
Correct.
Then you have that in your name. Somebody who is just surrendered to this power of giving, and because of whom you can also give, because that's your God. We don't do something which is against our God, right? We're always saying, yeah, this is my tribe. My tribe does this. We welcome guests like this because we are taught to be like this. So Gurleen, how do we represent your name? Somebody who gives.
Wow.
And gives from her heart and still says, I'm so thankful that you took it.
Wonderful.
Yeah, somebody
Gives.
surrendering. Yeah, who says, take it. Yeah, of course, I have more, you take it. That's okay. So that's Gurleen.
Lovely. Your eyes, your attire, everything is beautiful. Heavenly.
It's all for you guys.
Fine.
It's all for you guys. Okay, Venkatesh was very enthusiastic. He raised his hand and all that. Others in the room, I hope you're able to enjoy this, right?
Yes, I'm loving it, Gowri.
Okay, cool. Thank you so much. Because we know somebody with a similar sounding name. Our daughters, our sons, and all of them. Yeah. So Venkatesh, what do you think your name means? Very popular name. Okay, we'll come back to Venkatesh in a minute. Manisha, you're ready? Yes, Manisha, what does your name mean?
You're on mute, Manisha. I guess you are on mute.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Am I audible now?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Namaste.
Namaste.
Namaste, Gowri.
Yes.
Yeah, my name is Manisha and it means goddess of mind, Man ki Icha.
Man ki ichha.
Yeah.
Somebody who has, instead of saying, I do what I want. Instead of saying that, you say, I have control over what I want. I have control over what I want, what I think. I have total control over my senses. And because of that control, whatever I want is actually right. It's righteous. It's a righteous want because I have it under control.
Yeah.
Yeah. So man is this. Man ki ichha is thought. You want it.
Yeah.
But you want it judiciously. It's not that, I want everything. I know I want and I'll get it. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it together. Let's all do Manisha together and say, hi, Manisha. Okay? Hi, Manisha. How are you?
I'm
Did
fine.
you do one today? Okay, cool. Venkatesh, your name means you're the Lord of the hill. Somebody who can command. Oh, Venkatesh is in the same office as Shiva. Okay, cool.
Yes. So my name means it's the name of Lord Venkateshwara.
Yes.
What I know. Yeah.
Exactly. But why did he get that name? Because, he's ruling over that hill. He's the presiding deity over that hill. He has command and he commands respect, so much of respect out of that place that people have named an entire mountain for him. Right? So that is the essence of that name. If somebody is going to name something after you, you must mean so much to that community, to those members of that community that they are able to say, we're going to change the name. Come on. No, you're that important to us. So Venkatesh, you imbibe that quality of being able to do something of that significance. Somebody who can even conquer a mountain.
Okay.
Okay, so this is a mountain.
Yeah.
Yes, this is a mountain and you conquer it. You can conquer even mountains. Yeah? What are these monthly targets? I can conquer mountains.
Yes.
What success rate in my campaign and all doesn't matter. I can conquer mountains. What is this insignificant? Yeah, this is how sort of motivate ourselves, right? Suddenly we're feeling low. You're like, we have done so many things in the past that nobody else could do. And suddenly, we're all crushed one day. So this is such moments for us to say, yeah, I did that. I crushed that mountain of a task. I'm Venkatesh.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Really something.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Rishabh, what do you think your name means? The last name, and then we move on to something much more interesting.
Yeah, Gowri. So my name means Nandi, the bull of Shiva, or the some in that is as per Sanskrit Upanishads, but it generally means morality or excellence as well.
Okay. I think the first, what do you
But
want to
I
associate?
prefer the Nandi. I prefer Nandi of Shiva.
Yes.
Yeah,
Perfectly fine, right? Such a mythical creature, somebody who is strong, who's powerful, who's the gatekeeper to ultimate wisdom, and somebody who lets the right people in. Doesn't say yes, yes, please come to all the right people. Yeah. So you are this person. Let me visualize your name first. Hold on. Who lets the right things in? Okay. So
okay.
this is something which is bad, which is which doesn't seem good.
Hmm.
Is good.
Okay.
Somebody who lets the good in is actually, this is actually Rishabh. We represent with Nandi, but let's not take that representation because we have the freedom to change representations.
Yeah.
Somebody who lets the good in and keeps the bad out is Rishabh.
That's a different perspective for
Yeah.
me to understand, and you have done it amazingly.
No,
So thank you
that's
so
what
much
Nandi
for
means. He lets the right devotees in, keeps the the fake ones out,
that.
so
Yeah,
that somebody who really deserves it gets it.
yeah. If he is devoted to somebody, he is fully into it. Else
Yes,
not.
somebody who's put in the right efforts gets the results through you.
Yes.
Okay, so this is Rishabh, but then you say, be careful, I'm watching.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Such a pleasure. Thank you.
Such a
Thank you.
pleasure attending this session because it is definitely giving a fresh breath. So it's a lot of Western culture always in offices, and today we are enjoying some Indianness to it. So thank you
Yeah.
so much for this.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We're just getting started. Guys, you're making it seem as though it's ending. It's just
No, no,
starting.
it's amazing. I hope this doesn't end.
Okay. So what we will do now is, we've represented various things, right? We've represented trees, the cosmos, gatekeeper, somebody who has control. So everything in the world can be represented in the vocabulary of Indian dance. And only Indian dance and some of the South Asian dance forms have this capacity of associating symbols which are beautiful, which bring in so many intricate meanings. And we have this power, and it should be celebrated. Now, so this is who we are. Yeah, we there is no concept of minimalism in India. We are loud. We love dressing up. We have so many different ornaments and so many of those ornaments are non-existent right now. Every body part has ornaments to it. So we are this culture who loves living life king size. Okay, so we find that celebration in everything. Every small thing we do, even stepping out of the house is a ritual. Stepping into the house is a ritual. And sometimes, we just say, oh God, who's going to do all that? Right. But some of these stories have real leadership lessons and stuff like that. Now we are going to understand this aspect of how can I become a better leader through the Indian art forms. Okay. And we're going to do this through a very fun song between two lovers. Okay. Between two lovers is where we are going to do this fun song. Mr. Dharmapada, we will, in case we have time in the end, I would definitely do your name. Yeah, I'll just come back to you. So, today, whatever I'm going to talk to you about, I'm not going to attach any religious connotation to it. Okay, because, in the Indian art form, we have this freedom of seeing God as our father, God as my baby, God like my friend, God as my enemy. You didn't give me this, such a bad God. No, we have the freedom to scold him, but then say, yeah, it's my fault. I didn't work hard enough. No, you were a gatekeeper. Correct. And then we patch things up. But we have this freedom to talk to God, to talk whatever we want to, so that, we are like friends with him. Sometimes he's our parent, sometimes he's our grandparent, sometimes we can't talk to anybody else and we talk to him. This is one aspect of looking at the God in India, right? Or generally in our culture. And the other way of looking at these historical figures, somebody with the name Rama, Krishna, is just to look at them like a cowherd, just as a warrior. So today, whatever I'm going to present, right, I'm not going to present it with any religious connotation at all. Okay. In fact, we are going to be scolding this person today. Okay. So what happened long ago, and these are real songs, and I don't want to change the name of these people because they are already embedded in the songs. Now, if a song is written about Gurleen and Manisha, suddenly I cannot make it about somebody else, right? It's not fair to somebody on whom the song is written about, right? So anyway, this song happened, it's in the context of Vrindavan, okay? And how was Vrindavan? It's a village. It's a village abundant with cows and natural beauty. The river Yamuna is flowing through, and it's a very simple life. People graze cows, come back home, butter, milk, normal diet, no pizza, no burger, nothing. And then, there is this hero. There's a hero in this town. Now, he's like the national crush of this town. It's like how we have Tiger Shroff or somebody else. Hrithik Roshan is going to be my eternal crush. Something like that, right? So there's this person called as Krishna, whom everybody loves. Everybody wants to be near him, wants to, walk around him. If Krishna moves from this stone to this stone, everybody's like, oh, he moved. Oh, he plucked the flower. Oh, he touched this cow. He's got this celebrity status. Okay. And he has given his heart to this girl. And that girl is all of us today. It's all of us. So today we are seeing him in that sort of a relationship. Okay, we are that person. We are this heroine in the story. Usually in the dance medium, it is called as Naika. Because you are supposed to be the hero or heroine in your story, not the sidekick. Sometimes we feel, who is driving my life? Am I driving my life, or who is driving my life? But sometimes it's a very big question. And the thing is, it is called as a Naika. Somebody who leads the conversation is the Naika, the heroine of that story. So we are all the Naikas today. And, we are this envy couple. Everybody knows we are a couple and they're like, oh shit, chance is gone, what to do and all that. And we are all happy, right? We're all happy. We've got the dream person and all that. And every day we have a ritual. 6 o'clock he comes, he takes us to the lake, we spend some time, we come back home. This is the routine. You have a routine with your loved one, when they're going to call and all that. You land a flight, you'll call. You didn't call, why didn't you call? Stuff like that. So one day he doesn't come. She's waiting, she's gorgeously dressed. Doesn't come. He'll think, oh, okay, there's no phones, right? Maybe he's sick or he's not feeling well today. She brushes it off. Another week passes by. He doesn't come. 15 days. Every day we go outside and we wait at 6 o'clock. Where is he? He's not coming. No, after a month, right? We are in the market. And people are, whispering and things like that. And you're like, oh, what is happening? What's happening? And you ask your friend, right? Something is wrong. What's happening? And then, they say, you don't know. Oh, she doesn't know. He doesn't know. Oh my God. And then she says, what is it? What, something happened to him? Did he go into some battle? Is he injured? What happened? They say, no, it's nothing like that. He's with somebody else now. Everybody knows. You don't know? Oh, so sad. Cha. The heroine itself doesn't know what's happening in her life. Everybody else knows. And then, what do we do in such situations? We get angry, we get frustrated. Did I do something wrong? You start questioning some things like that, right? But this lady, she says, she thinks for a minute and she says something just become the testimonial of how I lead a few things in life. She says, his loss. He's left me. His loss. I am moving on with my life. And she moves on. And this is where our story starts today. So this is the background of the story. So you know what's happening, right? She's confident. She knows that she is worthy, right? She knows that she has all the good qualities. She knows that, I deserve somebody better. So she's already in that state of mind. She knows that she's beautiful, all of that. She's confident. Now she says, his loss. Let him go. And one day, she's getting ready to go out in the evening. And suddenly she hears a knock on the door. And that is where the song starts today. So what I want you to do is I want you to dance with me. Okay? Nothing. I just want you to do a few movements along with me. Open your wardrobe, stuff like that. Whatever I do, I want you to just follow along with me. Okay? Because sometimes, right, in this such a hard and fast world, sometimes we don't take time to savor the small things, just even like dressing up. Okay? So what we're going to do today is we're going to dress up. All of us, men, women, everybody in the audience, across genders. Okay, let me just play this music. Let me know if you can hear it.
Yes, Gowri.
Can hear.
Okay. Let's start again. You're getting ready to go with your friends. You open your wardrobe. All your clothes. Oh, I bought this in 2019 before the pandemic. Tag is still on. Beautiful. In the mirror, you can do better. Again, you select it out. Keep in front of you. So beautiful. Oh my God. This is worthy of me. Open her jewelry box. Oh, pearl necklace around you. Diamond bangles. Earring, and somebody is knocking. But who's that? Is there the other earring? Perfume? Look in the mirror again. Who's knocking on the door? Then we go and they will say, we've already blocked our calendar. No, I've already blocked my evening. Who the hell is booking a meeting now? Now they know my calendar is open. Everybody has access to my calendar. Again, and I'm telling people not to disturb me. What is this? I'm going to reject it anyway, right? But then now somebody's knocking at the door. What do? Do we open the door directly? No, we don't. Cultural wisdom. We first see through the window. Correct? No. Is it the Amazon delivery guy? Is it a robber? Who is it? Is it my father, grandfather, brother? Who is it? Okay, so first we don't open the door. We see through the window. God, it's him. Krishna has come. Like, why has he come today? Oh God. He's come. He's come after 2 months. He's come back. And then, she says something, she plans what to say. And she says something that will shatter his world. Okay? What is it that she says? Okay? So now we open the door as though we don't know who it is, right? For the first time, you're seeing him. We open the door. Oh, who are you? You don't seem like you belong to our town, no? What do you want? Food. Then she asks, who are you? Oh, correct. Totally forgot. We were in a relationship, no? Oh, yeah, we used to hold hands. We made each other promises. We exchanged so many things. Other than promises, also we've exchanged many things. Oh, correct. You're that person. Oh, got it. Why have you come here today? Oh, you've come here. Why have you come here today? Indendu, Vachitivira. Why have you come here? We'll do this. Okay, so I want you to remember your ex, somebody who cheated you in a project, who said, yeah, you put all the effort, and somebody said, yeah, it's not her, it's me. I did it. And then you're like, oh God, what is this? He just ditched me. Okay, so anybody that you wanted to say to, right? How could you do this to me? I want you to imagine that person in front of you and tell them, how could you do this to me, man? Come on. Right? Now she latches on to she imagines what would have happened. Oh, did she kick you out? You were with another person, right? She kicked you out. Huh? Oh, but she does not live on my street. No, she doesn't live on my road. You got confused. Huh? No, she lives there. See, 5 kilometers away. You take the metro from here, you get down at the second stop, you'll go to her house. She's not here. You got down at the wrong stop. Oh, so sad. Poor thing. Oh, why have you come here today? It's going to rain. Oh, it's definitely going to rain today. It's the Indian way of being sarcastic. Oh my God, you thought I'll just welcome you into my house? Oh, you're this great warrior, no, who has sort of taken the kingdom to the next level. Oh, you thought I'll garland you and welcome you into my house? No. Then she says, please step back a little bit more. And then she says, how could you do that? Why have you come here today without even informing me? Right? And then she says, I'm very busy. See, I'm already ready. I need to go out. Move. And then he says, no, Akash, no, Sindhu, no, it's not like that, Sindhu. Please understand. Oh, Sharmila, please, you don't know the circumstances I was in. And then you say, oh, all the sweet talk. How many times I have heard all those promises. Everybody in town, warned me. Everybody warned me, but I believed you. What happened to that promise? You said you are my one true love. You are my world. You are my universe. What happened? You just washed it away. Oh, just flew away. The promise flew away, no? It's okay. I've moved on. I've actually found somebody better. Please move. And then he says, no, listen to me. There's nothing doing. Please go. Then she gets a little emotional. How much I had invested in this project. the kind of efforts that I had taken, right? It was my brainchild. And then you gave it to somebody else. How could you do that? Right? Many times, we bring something into this world, a spark, and we tell our team, let's do this. And everybody says, yeah, good idea, very good idea. Let's do it. And everybody builds it up. And at some level, they say, you're no longer necessary here. Why don't you go to that group? I'm like, this is my baby. I gave birth here, I gave birth to this idea, how can I go? And they say, no, we found somebody better. You can, please understand. And then after 3 months, you get a call. Said, Naveen, we are not able to do anything without you. Please come back. Amir, please come back. Oh God, we don't know how to change this. What did you think? Please come back. And then we say, what? I'm already in a better position. I'm already heading a bigger team. I'm already doing 2 such projects. I'm not coming back. I know my worth. I was faithful to you. Kick me out. Now you want me back? Not coming. And then, we come back to this heroine. She says, I thought you are the Lord of the entire universe. I thought you carried the universe on your shoulder. Couldn't you carry my heart? Was my heart so heavy that you couldn't carry it? What is this? I had kept you high above. I had kind of respect I had for you. Nobody else I had given that position to in my life. Because of the silly thing that you did, it just fell. It fell deep down. It's so dark, I can't even see where you've fallen down. You've fallen down so deep. Then she says, I'm getting late. Anything else you want to say? He says, and then, enough, move. And then we shut the door again. Now there are two coins, there are 2 sides to the same story that we will discover after we do this in dance. Okay, let's do so much. Welcome me. Oh, please come.
Kasturi Rangesa Madaragiri Karudaina Kasturi Rangesa Radana Madini Korutu Nibibudu
Then she says, no more. Me, lock the door. The thing is, right, we have also done this to others. We have also, been Krishna at some point. We've done things and then we regret it and then we want to go back. And then we're like, oh God, why did I do that silly thing? I lost such a beautiful relationship in my life. No, it need not be a relationship of love or anything, right? Even mentors, we've lost mentors, we've lost good team members because of something very silly. You would have built your relationship so strong, brick by brick, something very insignificant, not including their name or not highlighting their part of the work. Everything hurts. Everything looks like a breakup in today's world. And they say, I didn't expect that of you. Come on. How much we had poured into this relationship. How could you do that to me? So we've been on both sides of the story. We've also been the heroine. We've also been the villain many, many times. But what can we be further on? Further on, how can we learn from these type of mistakes? Because she says, she's not punishing him. She says, you just dropped. You just dropped. I have no respect for you whatsoever now. That's the greatest punishment that anybody can give you, Krishna. Because nothing else is going to hurt you. I'm going to just disregard you. That's it. Nothing else I can do. And that is justice for me. Right? So we can either make matters very ugly, right? We can fight and we can thrash and we can call each other names. But, she handled it so gracefully. She said, look, it's beneath me to call you names. I'm not going to tell what kind of a person you are. She never used a single word of abuse. She never used it. But still, she got her message across so well. That is the kind of grace, that's the kind of looking above, rising above the problem that the art forms teach us. Nowhere in our songs, right? Even if we are angry with somebody, we don't use expletives. We don't use anything that should be beeped. Anything that has to, which will portray us in that bad light. There is a problem, there is a crisis, but if I have to rise above, I have to rise above with all myself. And the first thing is the way you treat the other person who's done that mistake, and language. And how quickly you find your next solution and move on. So that is what this song essentially teaches us. That though he did something so deplorable, you can rise above it because you're worth more. You're worth more. Okay, did you all like it so far?
Yes. Lovely.
Yeah, it's going great.
Great. So these are subtle leadership lessons that any team can learn. It's the same problem everywhere. The same problem which existed centuries ago is still there today. It's just emotions that we are not able to control and how we can control it better, that we can learn from all of these characters. Right? Let's do one more. And anybody else who wants to come on camera? Anybody else that I can add on camera? Thank you so much, Gurleen, Manisha. It's so wonderful seeing you do it. It's beautiful.
Thanks. The music is lovely. The message is lovely. You are lovely. The audience is lovely. Everything is wonderful.
Yeah, I would love to have somebody else also with me on the panel. Anybody else wants to come on? We're going to do a really sassy one. We're going to have fun. This was a little subtle. The next one, we are going to amp it up. Anybody else wants to raise their hand? Okay, we'll wait for it. Not a problem. Yeah, Vijay Lakshmi is here. Thanks, Vijay Lakshmi. Thank you for joining me. Yes. Okay, anybody else? Okay, Vijay Lakshmi would love to have your camera on. Love to see you do it. Okay, so now we get into the second story from which we can learn few other lessons that we can teach anybody, our teams, ourselves, our daughters, our sons, anybody. Okay, let's dive in. So let me give you a background. So we've all built ourselves to this place, right? You've got this job and you've got this team, and only you know the kind of struggles that you've gone through in your education, in your childhood, how many things your parents have done to build you up to this point, how many things are so fragile, it's one thing breaks, everything will crumble down. And you're all managing to hold it together, right? You're all managing to save, to invest, to also tell people I'm living a good life. And we're all holding these strings. And our family has played a significant part in raising us to this level. Okay. And today, this is a story about a courtesan. Okay, so who is a courtesan? In today's words, a courtesan is somebody who is skilled in music, in dance, in social etiquette, how to sit, how to stand, how to talk. So she is a soft skills trainer back in the centuries. That means she is a freelancer. Okay, she takes projects on depending upon her likes and what she wants to do. And she's a freelancer. And we all have this phase. Okay, we have this phase of struggle where we are struggling to land our first job. And then we got it. Yes, one win. And then we have a stage of stability. We are climbing up the ranks slowly. We are stable. And then there is abundance. Everything is just coming and falling into your lap. Okay. So you're in this 3 stages of struggle, stability, abundance. Okay. So now to everybody in the audience, right? You need not tell me if you're not comfortable, but where do you identify yourself in these 3 phases? It's okay if you say, yeah, this is struggling with a few things. That's okay. You can also say, yeah, it's currently life is abundant. Yeah, I'm so happy. So where do you think you are? Okay, at least mentally calculate where you are. Stability, Pratiksha, Aisha, stability.
Abundance.
Abundance. Gurleen says abundance. Great. Okay. So we are in that position. Vijayalakshmi, abundance. Great. Okay. So this courtesan, right? She's in this sphere of abundance. She's just finished that sphere of stability. Deepika says, Kampany Katcheri. Thank you so much, Deepika. You made my day. You're in the sphere of Kampany Katcheri. Thank you so much. Good. Such a creative answer. Did not expect it at all. Thank you. Okay. And then her name and fame, as soon as you're stable and you're stepping into the sphere of abundance, right? Your name starts floating around in people's mouths and everybody wants to meet you, see you, get your approval on things, want to know what you feel like. Okay, so she's in the sphere of importance. Okay, and usually, you know how it is, right? They perform in the evenings and the mornings are all for practice and for getting dressed up and getting ready and all of that. So, and usually they stay with a group of musicians, a group of dancers, right? They're all together. So one day, right? So this courtesan, she's getting ready in the morning, and her attendant, her mentee or her attendant, right? She comes running, and she says, you know what? Somebody's knocking on the door. And she says, who is it? All of these stories starts with somebody knocking on the door. Okay, many of them follow the same route. He says, who is disturbing me at 10 in the morning? Don't they know that I am in my practice, that I'm in my riyaz? We have clearly put out the board, come after 4. Who the hell is disturbing us in the morning? Go find out his name. So she says, yeah, somebody is knocking on the door, and it's the king's brother. Okay, the king's brother has come. It's a very big deal. No, royalty is coming into your house. Oh, she says, the king's brother. Oh, okay. What does he want? Okay, so I want to ask the audience, what does the king's brother want? What does he want? You can have a wild guess. There is no right or wrong answer. What does he want? Marriage? Okay. Any other answers? To become the king? Okay. To discuss a new project? Superb. Awesome. She would have loved this. To learn dance? Okay.
To invite her.
Program. Yeah. Okay, lovely answers. So she says, he wants to see you perform. She says, yeah, that's my job. I will perform. But ask him to come at 4. We're getting ready, How can we do it now? Ask him to come. And she says, he wants something else. She says, what? What does he want? What else does he want? And then she says, he wants it for free. He doesn't want to pay for the performance because he's the king's brother. The king's brother, no, he's saying, I want a free performance, and he's commanding for it. He's commanding that he wants a free performance. Then she understands, oh, that's the glitch. That's why you're hesitant, huh? And then what do you think she should say? See, analyze the situation. King's brother. Okay? So put yourself in that situation. Okay? Think strategically. What would you say if the king's brother comes and says, I want this project done for free because I'm the king's brother?
I'll accept.
Accept. You'll accept? Okay.
Accept, but I'll think like, I'm above the king, Even the king is asking and coming and asking me a favor.
Yeah.
So I'm above him.
Yes. Yeah. So the king is also finding you to be worthy. So that's why he's coming to you. Okay. No pay, no show. Good, Deepika. I should all make this our banner. Deny with humility. Wow. Nice. We can do one as relationship building, and after that you can get us some more shows. Okay, cool. Pratiksha, you're right, but you should see that she's already in the stage of abundance, right? She doesn't need to do these things anymore. Okay, somebody who is in that phase of struggle and entering into stability, they'll think about relationship building, what to do, and all of that. Get permission from the king, deny with humility. All this is good. But then she puts it across more artistically. She says, there is a God. You imagine. Okay, she calls her assistant to close her and she says, see, one day God decides to come down from the heaven. Okay, and he comes into our kingdom. He searches my street. He comes to my door. He knocks on my door. And then you see it is God. Even if it is God himself, ask him to pay. Because it's God, right? The entire title of being a leader, of being a king, or being royalty is that you come with a sense of abundance. If he can't pay, what kind of a God is he? He's not a God. If he can't pay, what kind of a king is he? Something is wrong with the country, right? Somebody please check the books. This is how it sounds. So this is one aspect of it. But what do you think is happening here? Between her and her assistant, what is happening? Okay.
She's indirectly conveying the message to that person.
Indirectly conveying. Okay, we'll answer this question after we dance it out a little bit more. Okay, one second.
யாரடி எந்தன் வாசலில் வந்து ஆர்ப்பாட்டங்கள் செய்பவர் அன்னவரின் ஊரும் பேரும் அறிந்து சொல்லடி எந்தன் சகியே வாசலில் வந்து ஆர்ப்பாட்டங்கள் செய்பவர் அன்னவரின் ஊரும் பேரும் அறிந்து சொல்லடி எந்தன் சகியே.
Ask him to pay. We are clear. We don't need this anymore. We are done and dusted with that phase of our life. Gone with the wind. But then there's something beautiful happening here. She could have easily said, no, see, this is not the things that I do, but you can do this. You do it. Or she can say, see, okay, he is negotiating for a free show, right? You do one thing. You do the performance. I'll charge 50% of the fee. And because I'm your teacher, I'm elder to you, I keep the money. You need the exposure. You do it. She could have said this. It's just different ways to think about it, right? So you do it. I'm not going to do this. But then she's actually mentoring her. It's this beautiful phase of mentoring somebody. She's neither taking advantage of an opportunity. She's neither taking advantage that she has an assistant who can do this. She says, see, when you are with me, you are me. When you are going out on the road, it's not only you. You're representing me. You're representing our firm. You're representing our organization, right? You are a part of me. So even next time, even if God comes, you should say no. Because that's not who we are. That's not our brand. Many people might do it, but I don't want you to do it as well. Because come on, guys, it's easy money. It keeps the can tinkling. Yeah, everybody needs it. Everybody needs to bring in revenue. But what's more important is that, she makes sure that her mental space is also clear. And she knows that one day she is going to come to her place, right? One day she is going to be this chief courtesan, okay? And she is going to have several other people underneath her. And she says, if I set the standard of doing such things, everybody is going to think it's okay. But it's not okay. That too, when somebody as royal as him is commanding, he's not even asking with humility, right? He's not even requesting, the king is coming, we've done something significant, we've done something victorious, why don't you do this? He's just saying, just do it. Why should we? She says, nothing doing, stop it. And then, just like everybody, right? We are like, ayo, how do I go and say, he's praising you so much. He's praising you so much. Because you know what? We are the middle, right? We're running from one person to the other person. We are this negotiator. We are stuck. We're like, you're trying to find the middle ground. Okay, and she says, he's praising you so much. He says that your eyes are like the lotus petals. He says that your speech is like honey. He's praising you so much. And then she says, that one, the praises. And then she says, come here. See, that person, standing near that house, he told me, I look like the lightning streak. The other person, he said, I walk like a swan. So many people said, you are my world, you are my everything. Whatever I am, it's you. Whatever I have, it's underneath your feet. Everything I have heard. But why should we not take it seriously? Because they're trying to get something in return. If somebody had said, here it is, I really enjoyed the performance. It was mind-blowing and, you deserve it. Please keep the reward. And it's a different sort of an achievement, a feeling of triumph. But if somebody says, oh God, you composed this mail so well, you should write mails to all our clients. You do it. And if somebody says, oh God, I love the way you organize the office, you should do it. Or I love the way you curate these events, you should do it. Oh, and you can see it. Within 2-3 sentences, you can see whether this is a real praise or if they're trying to get something in return. And then she says, that is one. And she says, if I believe that because he said that, I speak like music, my eyes are like that, I'm beautiful, tomorrow he will come and say you're rubbish. That also I should believe, because it's the same person. Today he'll say you're great. Tomorrow he'll say you're nothing. I found somebody else. So why should we measure ourselves with what others say? I know what I am. I know I'm not the most beautiful person in this world, like the way that he is describing. I know the way I sing can improve a lot. I don't believe it. I know my skills can improve a lot. I know I'm good. Nobody is that good. So she says, whatever it is, ask him to pay. Now she asks, what to do? Okay. Okay, so she's still struggling. And while she is struggling, we will dance. Then, this is in Tamil. Any Tamilians in the room will immensely enjoy it. Right, let's do it. Oh, I'm sharing computer sound, yeah.
ஜன்னல் விழி என்றாள் ஒருவன் மின்னல் கொடி என்றாள் ஒருவன் அன்னநடை என்றாள் ஒருவன் மின்னல் கொடி என்றாள் ஒருவன் அன்னநடை என்றாள் ஒருவன் யாராயிருந்தால் என்னடி 6000 பொன் கேளடி 1000 பேராகிலும் தாராளமாய் தருவானடி யார்.
And she says, whoever it is, even if it is God, don't believe all this. Okay, I know what I am. I know what you are. Don't worry. And now she says, how much do we ask? What to charge? And then she says, okay, king's brother. First of all, he's telling he wants a free show. And then she says, how much do we usually charge? And then the assistant says, we charge 1,000 gold coins. We charge for a performance. Correct, 1,000 gold coins. You tell him it's 6,000 gold coins, okay? He'll at least end up paying 1,000. He will negotiate here and there, and he'll come back. Understood? This is how you must deal with such people. Okay? Now he says, go. If he's arguing too much, shut the door. Doors are there to be knocked on and to be shut back in. Just shut the door, get back to work. Okay? So these are not there in our epics. These are folk stories. Common folklore, it's not written in some ancient language. It's written in a language that such a big community speaks. Because you know what? These courtesans and vidushaks and the jesters, they have the power to question authority. They have the power to question justice. Okay, the hero, there is a villain who does something wrong. The hero delivers justice. The vidushak or the courtesan in this instance questions, is that justice? And then she makes the king think. So this is why, you need different perspectives. You cannot say the king has done it, I'm doing it. You need to have diversity in thought. You need to have diversity in the way you approach a situation. Because his royal right, his only attribute in life is to command. Get things by command, by force. But her, she's a person who gets things done by tact. Who's seen both the bad side of the world and the good side. And she knows what's happening here. And because she's skilled, she says, I deserve it. Who's going to maintain this house? Who's going to maintain our jewelry? Who's going to pay you? Somebody needs to pay. So ask him to pay. Okay, so this was another Tamil padam that I wanted to do. So now, if the world was all rosy, rosy, it's a wonderful world. Okay, so how many of you have seen Madagascar, the movie?
Me, I've seen that.
You've seen that? Yes. I think many of us have, right? And it's one of my favorite movies as well. And there is this one significant song there. What a Wonderful World. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to do What a Wonderful World in Bharatanatyam. Okay. So I'm putting the lyrics in the chat box so that everybody can see. And I want you to do it with me. Because Bharatanatyam is not to be done, or any Indian art form, right? It is very flexible. It can be done in English, it can be done in any language, but the essence and the way it's projected is the same. Okay, so the song says, I see trees so green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Okay, so this is wonderful world. So in thinking, right, sometimes we think only with our minds, but we have to think with our heart. So the Indian way of thinking is like this. Okay, I see skies so blue. Hi Akash, we are meeting you again here today. And clouds of white, the bright, blessed day. The sun is like the flower in the sky. The dark, sacred night. Even the night is sacred and dark. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow so pretty in the sky. This is rainbow. Are also on the faces of people going by. Everybody in this webinar. It's colorful, beautiful faces. Okay. I see friends shaking hands. So a friend is like a box of your heart. No, they're very special. Saying, how do you do? Are you okay? But they're asking out of so much concern. They're really saying, I love you. This is love. Okay, so let's do this together. Oh, before this, anybody wants to come on screen? You can raise your hand. We can add you to the panel. Okay, let's go ahead. Vijay Lakshmi would love to see you on camera. Okay, let's start.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright blessed day, the dark sacred night, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies cry, I watch them grow. They learn much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yes, I think to myself, What a wonderful world.
Yay! We all danced. We did Bharatanatyam. Yeah. Right?
Awesome.
Will you please
Felt
teach me
very
how
good.
to make lotus flower? Like I'm doing it all the.
This,
Uh,
and you hold it at the wrist. This is heart, flower, it's all the same.
okay.
Heartbeat, flowers blooming is all the same.
Thank you.
Cool, because we know more about Brad Pitt than about Bharatanatyam. How many kids he has, how many wives he got, when did he get divorced, how many movies he's done. And then you say Bharatanatyam, oh, they wear that costume, that fan costume. And they wear that, we do this, that's it. Beyond 2-3 sentences, we cannot talk about our own culture. So this is just a session that we sort of ideated and curated so that we actually utilize, actually we try to become more successful. If not for entertainment value, it's not at all for entertainment value. It's every time it's always to become a better person. That these lessons are given out to us through dance and music. So thank you so much, Etika Broking, for having me today. Thank you, Shiva. Thank you to the team for having me here today. Hope you all had a wonderful 1.5 hours.
Thank you so much,
Thank you
Gowri.
so much.
It was a lovely session. I couldn't put in words what we've learned from this session today. Thank you so much for being here and taking us through this journey. For all the audience, there's a poll on your screen. Request you to please give your valuable feedback on the session, and so that we can curate more sessions like this and bring them to you. Your feedback is very, very valuable to us. And while we're doing that, if anyone wants to have a word with Gowri, you can raise your hand. I can put you into panel and you can speak to Gowri. And if you have any questions, we can talk to her and get them resolved.
I have one question, Gowri.
Yes.
You're an artist.
Yes.
So many times, like all the times, we don't get that much of appreciation, right? Positive comments. So how do you tackle with the negative words or negative comments in the audience?
I think it's the way that comments are given, right? If I know that it's going to be constructive, I will definitely take it. But something that is, if somebody is saying something negative, I would see why it is so. And if there is really an opportunity to improve, I would sort of take it in my stride to do that. Because sometimes, we live in our own sphere. Yeah, it was perfect. I did everything great. And then somebody says, that could have been better. I'm like, yeah, really? Because I'm curating a show, or we are curating a session, or even a leadership session, right? For the audience. And when somebody says this could have been better, it's always that we take it in our stride. And we also see consistently, is it coming from this particular source, or do they have the best intentions of me or the program, so that I take their words in and put it in practice. We have to analyze it. But everything that anybody says, a positive feedback, we don't need to get it to our head.
Correct.
Because we might underplay it next time, thinking it's always going to be rosy, it's always going to be roses and showers, right? I think negative comments is what makes us think. But I wouldn't associate that with trolling. It's completely different.
Yes.
Trolls are different. Somebody who's giving you feedback is different.
Correct.
Yeah. So that's
Thank
how
you
I
so much.
Thank you. Yes, Miss Vijayalakshmi.
Yeah, sometimes we do we want to be perfect all the times, and it takes a toll on us, So, I mean, even though we know all the times we can't be perfect, but we still strive. And how do we convince ourselves it's okay, it's human to be imperfect at times? that I'm trying hard to, even with kids we shout a lot. They're not.
Yeah.
They don't say are not perfect and all. No, I hope you understand. How do
Yeah.
we handle that?
I think most of the time, I would equate it like this. If somebody is saying, I'm not able to do this because, my back hurts. I'm not able to do this dance because my back hurts. So we see, why is it that your back is hurting? We don't say, put this ointment. Or if kids are screaming, or, we don't say, stop it, don't scream. Now, sometimes we forget to tackle the cause. You're having back pain because you're not doing the right exercises. You're not keeping up the health of your spine. You're sitting improperly. And that is why you're saying, I'm not able to dance because I have back pain. So what is it that's causing your back pain? Sometimes, right, it's always, we are always in the mentality of an overachiever also, where we see, even when we're giving our best, we always feel I did not do my best. So that's also there. Or sometimes it's consistently tackling only the side effects and not tackling the cause at all. So I think one of these two things, what has significantly worked, see, I don't have all the answers. Speaking in terms of the kind of cultural wisdom that is embedded in the art forms, or most of the time we would see, why is it that you're not able to do a 30-minute performance? Why is it that you're not able to do this dance? That's because your knees are weak. You're not controlling your breath properly. That means, you're not practicing your yoga correctly in the morning. Are you skimping on it? Why are you skimping on it? Don't you like the teacher? Don't you like the instructor? Are you not enjoying the classes? Or don't you know how important it is for your performance? So we'll try to get to the root of the cause instead of the problem, so that today it's knee pain, tomorrow it's wrist pain, tomorrow it's back pain, right? The side effects are going to keep showing up differently. But once we set the connection to the cause is when we can correct all of this. So if you're feeling inadequate, is it because you are feeling it, or is it because you're comparing yourselves to others in different situations? Or is it somebody telling you that you're not doing it adequately enough?
No, yeah, it depends. Like it's within us, we want to deliver the best performance, or we want to do or give our best. Sometimes we ourselves, think that it didn't go well. It was not how we thought it would turn out to be. So it happens. Nobody has control over all the things, when you're performing, some things may go wrong, the support staff, but even to keep calm, to cool in those situations is what I'm trying to, find out.
If I have to say, I do not want to sound like a doctor or anything, but I want to put on my own views on it. Let's say, we are trying to put out a beautiful show and things don't go as planned. Our rehearsals are better sometimes. Our rehearsals are way better. Sometimes the photographers come to the rehearsals, not to the event, because there are conditions that we can't control on the ground. But what happens is, right, as dancers or as musicians, we are trained not to show our mistakes on stage. Even if something falls, it is how well you finish that presentation and then say, what kind of a stage was that? I can't dance on it again, change it, at least for the next show. But in the middle of the show, if I create a tantrum, right, everybody is going to think, okay, something is wrong and she's blaming it on the stage. See, these are things, there are various ways that we could tackle it. But how well are you facing your everyday battles? How can we learn from this battle? Is it the same mistake that we're repeating each time? So next time I go to that stage, right, I'll check. I can't dance on that. I had such a tough time. My team will not get on it. So I'm much more clear, right? So it's okay to learn from new mistakes, but if the same thing is repeating, it means that we are not tackling the cause. It's not, we're not tackling the cause of it. We are working with the wrong stage people, something has to be scrapped. If they keep saying, no, please do it, it's not going to work. So that's how I can see it.
Got it. Thank you, Gowri.
Thank you so much, Gauri, for the answer.
Yeah.
Gauri, we have a question from the chat box. It's from Akash. So he's asking, how did you take the leap in doing what you're doing today?
It's out of desperation. It was because I found it was so competitive to just be, I wanted to be a performing artist, and I deep dived. And then I saw that the kind of, I had to create opportunities for myself. That was one. Number two, I knew that the Indian art forms were treated like a dusty box that you got from your grandmother that we never bothered to open, because we are all with the branded stuff today. But actually, when you open it, it's full of treasure, diamonds and pearls. So that's what said, people need to realize that these are diamonds and pearls. So that's what pushed me down this path.
Great. And we have another question, Gauri. I think this is the last question of today. Is how do we overcome shyness in our life in every situation?
Shyness, I think I had a very significant learning here. It's to ask yourself, what's the worst that can happen? What's the worst that can happen if I go on stage? People might not clap. What's the worst that can happen if I go and ask this person for an opportunity? What's the worst? He'll say no. That's okay. It's better than not asking. A no today might be a yes 2 years down the line, if I grow in his eyes, his or her eyes, right? So I think it's asking what's the worst that can happen. So that is my take on it. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Gauri. Thank you for patiently answering all the questions from the audience. Thank you so much for this session today. It's been wonderful, brilliant, a one of its kind, true to its name or the description that we've seen.
Yeah.
And I would also like to take this opportunity to thank all the audience for being here, for enjoying the show, for participating in the chat box and also in the panel. I hope you like the session, and we'll meet in the next session that's happening next week on Laughter Yoga. I hope to see you all there soon. Thank you so much. Wish you a wonderful day. Rest of the day ahead. Yeah. Thanks, Gauri.